Well done, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed practising some of the skills that Saxon children would have been years ago.
Try some what? Try it. No, really good. That's nice. That is really nice. It's quite clean. Tastes like a rat. It tastes like a rat.
Paul, how were you told to carry them?
Oh, that's too big.
Maybe.
It's shelterable.
We won't live in this.
Literally, Tommy, we won't live in this. Really, I think we should not even long after the end. Don't close that all. Well, get my hat on. Very good. He's nearly done it. I'm filling the gap. No, that's the entrance of that bit. Because this goes right up for a seal. There.
Do you need to go up a bit higher, Courtney?
No, not here. Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm doing this side because it's lining up.
There's a big hole. We need to cover the top. These clubs are not waterproof.
You come and stand just here, look.
I really want to get more fun.
Placing it on big hole. Then oh, space. Yeah, don't cover up the stuff with the water down. Okay, so it's really dark inside. It's like that.
Now, if you stand just here and reach over, you might be able to reach some of that.
I'm just doing the closest leaf I find.
Put the big hand.
Whoa! What?
You need to give me big. Oh my gosh, it's like impossible. The lead is kind of impossible. How is it supposed to be possible? It's so look at it. Look, why am I touching there? It's a few bits of it. Why do I have to touch it? It's going to be the Queen of England or something. Look, it's sticky. Right, on this side it's down. Tom! Yeah, on this side. Oh, don't touch it. These are the best. Tasty, yummy. Yeah. Let's get more. These are. I've got some more. These are so big.
Oh, looking good.
And Maya, where's Maya?
My class is like millions of badgers. There is a few. There's like loads of badgers in there. There is there. Yeah, but it looks like it's a big car. It's millions of badgers in there. It's a mole in there. Yeah, but where's a mole? There's a chicken. There's a chicken and a mole in there. Harry, there's a mole in there. There is a giant pig in there.
Wow.
Peter, there's loads over there. Oh, go and get some.
Not a makeshift house.
Sticks are stuck in there.
Look how rubber charges compared to there.
Harry, we need a stick here.
Filling it up. Yeah, filling it up.
Oh, this is not laying on there. Yeah, Harry.
Chuck it inside.
Peter, where do we need to stick? Oh, yeah.
No, what's that for?
Guys, look at this beauty.
If you want me to face up
We need a really big stick.
A really big one. And I've got a really big one.
Carrying the worm.
I'm carrying a worm. We could do these sort of things here, and then when
Can you go and pick my
and then we could do a big log straight across when we get there.
Oh no, somebody already did it. Oh my god.
Oh boy. Good luck. Your hands are protected. I cannot bite you or even lost on falling off.
You have to roll this all the way there.
I know where we're going. I can do it.
Do you have to roll this all the way
Are you going to be able to sit on that?
You can do.
Not really, it's not the same as those, is it?
3, 2, 1.
I know, but my gloves keep falling off when I push them.
Yes, please, close.
Come on. 3, 2, 1, just hurry.
We'll be there in God, this is heavy. Why don't you get this? Which one would you like to do?
Rolling there.
He said no.
Look how big it is. Yeah.
Quiet boys, please, listen.
This is willow. What's special about willow is that can you step back? Is that it's bendy. It will bend round on itself without snapping and breaking. And because of that, it can be woven into things like fence panels and baskets and carrying things and chairs and those sorts of things. So you're going to have a go at weaving some willow and making little fence panels like this one. They're called hurdles. Start with the thicker end of the willow, put it between the uprights, go in front, behind, in front, behind, in front, and push it down to the bottom with your fingers. Turn it round and then come back the other way. And this time, where you went in front of the stick last time, this time you go behind. And where you went behind the stick last time, this time you go in front. And you just keep going round and round and round until the whole bit of willow has been used up. There's a pair of very un-Saxon secateurs that you can use to cut the thick bits off that you couldn't weave with. So we're all going to add to the same hurdles throughout the afternoon, and at the end we'll choose the best one for you to taste.
We need to cut up some ways. We haven't cut up some ways. Yes, we don't have time. Here we go. Really bend this. Look how bendy it is. Where's the snip thing?
For us to use.
I've already done one of them and I need to put the other.
Okay.
It was something like I remember Mrs. Sandwich, what was it? Was it something light and off in the break?
It's going to break. The hard one's still going.
I don't have any more space. Do you need another stick? Just take a tiny shot. I don't have any more space to do any more. You keep pushing it in.
Now, spinning is the way they would have changed wool that came off of the sheep, like that, into this sort of wool that you could use for making clothes and weaving with as well. No, spinning isn't going to change the colour. That's black wool, and this was white wool that's been dyed a sort of pale blue colour. But it will change that into this sort of stringy stuff that we call yarn, and would be used for making the clothes that they wore. But when you're doing it, you will get a piece of wool like this. There's some left in here. First thing to do with your piece of wool is to pull it out so it's long and thin. Use your fingers to do that. It's called teasing. Tease the wool out so that it's long and thin. And then what spinning does is it twists the wool like that and makes it stronger. So I can now pull on it without it snapping. I could spin the whole of that wool just using my fingers like that. But it's a bit slow and it makes your fingers ache. So people invented quicker ways of doing it. And one of those was the drop spindle. Which looks like this. When you've started the first bit of your wool, put it onto the spindle like that and just tie it. Doesn't need to be a double knot, just a single knot to get it to stay. And then hold it up, and let that piece of wool go over your hand, and the spindle drops. That's why it's called a drop spindle. Then you spin it round like that, and as it spins round, it twists the wool for you. And as you feel the twist coming up to your fingers, just let it drop down and it will spin the wool for you. They would just have kept going and going and going and adding more and more wool and bringing it down to the bottom and winding it round and coming back to the top and make a whole ball of wool. We won't have time for that, so when you've done a longish piece, get somebody to pinch it in the middle with their thumb and finger, bend it in half, thank you, like that, and then just let go of it. Whoop, let go of it a bit too quickly there, and it will spin back on itself, and you've got a little piece of homespun wool that you can cut off using a pair of scissors. We're going to have a go at making a pin brooch out of a piece of copper wire. The Saxons made jewellery and brooches because in those days there was no elastic to pin in and hold things together. A warrior, a Saxon warrior, would have always had an ornate cloak brooch to hold his cloak together. We're going to have a piece of copper wire and have a go at making our own pin brooch. When you get it, mind the ends, they're sharp, you don't want to cut yourself on them. First thing to do is to bend one end out of the way like that. So
Which one are you Wait, which side do you use? This
The flat side, yeah. Peter, what did she say about hands?
Now I've got a special piece of stone called flint and a piece of metal. The type of metal is steel, and if I bang it against each other you can see some sparks coming off. And I've got to get one of those little sparks to start a fire. Now I'm not going to be able to start a great big log burning with one of those tiny sparks, am I? So there's no point making a big pile of sticks and doing that and hoping it's going to start burning, because it won't. Instead, I've got here some small thin bits that will burn easily. The only thing that's special about it is that it's very dry and very thin, so it will start burning easily. These are the stalks from the crops in the field, straw. I've kept mine dry in a plastic bag, but the Saxons would have put it in a leather bag and kept it dry. I then need something really thin that will start burning even more easily. And I've got in here some seeds. Oh, I don't think there's many left. There we are. They're the sort of seeds that blow in the wind. Does anybody know any plants that have those sort of seeds? Yes. Dandelions. Yes, that's one sort that you could use. You could collect dandelions. Those are dandelions. Yeah, that is the dandelion clock that you call. You blow it, and that's the same one. Anybody know any others? Thistles. Thistles have that same sort of seed. These particular ones are from the bulrushes by the pond. There's nothing special about them except that they're just very, very thin and very, very dry. So I'm going to pop those in the top and they will start burning very easily. Put quite a few of those in, because on a damp, wet day like today, the fire will be a little bit reluctant to start. See how we get on with them. I then need something in the top that will catch the spark and actually hold it and start it burning. If something's already partly burned, once already, it will start burning again very easily. So I've got something here that's been in the fire and has charred or partly burned. If I put that in the top, that will catch a spark and start it burning. Now if you put your hands together and just rub them like that, what do you notice happens? They get warm, don't they? Two surfaces rubbing against each other, getting hot is called friction. Yes, friction. So we're using friction to start the fire. If one of the sparks catches and it starts burning, I'm going to blow on it. I'm not trying to blow it out. Why would you blow on a fire? Yes.
So it doesn't get out of control.
It might make it get out of control.
Make it rise.
To make it rise. To make it rise, yes, to make it rise up. If I blow on the fire, it will get bigger and stronger. Does anybody know what's in the air that the fire needs? Yes.
Oxygen.
Oxygen, yes. If you blow more air on a fire, it will burn bigger and better and stronger because it's got more oxygen to help it to burn. Right, let's see if it's going to work. It doesn't always. Tuck those out of the way. My fire will go out really quickly because I haven't got many sticks to put on it. There's no point collecting sticks today because they're all very wet today. But to get your fire to go, you would need to collect lots of sticks. You'd have little small ones, slightly bigger ones, medium-sized ones, slightly bigger ones, biggish ones, even bigger ones, and then your bigger logs. And gradually feed the fire with them. Because if I put a great big log on that now, it would just go out. Please don't ever try lighting fires